Well, good morning folks. It's just after 5 o'clock on Sunday. I'm sorry if I've been a bit slow with videos lately, but I've been quite busy. And the weather's been absolutely pants this week, as I'm sure many of you will know. Let's just adjust the camera, even though you're just looking through the screen. This is just really a bit of a catch up on a blog. Excuse me. I'm on my way to work, and I try not to do Sundays now, but I had a migraine on Friday and literally stopped an hour at work, and then my head felt like it was full of compressed air and major toothache and all this lot. And it's extremely rare that I get a migraine. Funny enough, never really had them until I had my first bout of COVID. So whether my sinuses are now screwed, I don't know. But I'm on my way to work because I lost Friday basically. So I agreed or volunteered to go in on Sunday. And today is Sunday. But yeah, headache's gone. Still got a bit of the old toothy ache, but that feels a bit like an abscess, and it's right behind one of my wisdom teeth, which is smashed to buggery anyway. I nearly said fuck then, but I thought I better not, it's Sunday, God's watching. And I thought I'll take Phyllis, because I can't be asked to go up the garage with the cars, because they both need fuel. They're not super low, but I thought Phyllis has fuel. Look, full tank nearly, and I'll have a little ride in, because the weather today was supposed to be storms all day, and we were supposed to be going a ride out to the Founders Meet. I think that was one of the places at Stamford Hall. And we're not doing that now. Well, I'm not doing that now because I should be working, but yes, I don't know whether the others will go out for a little ride, because it's given to be windy but mostly dry today. And I think I'm going to cut up and go through Sapkerton town. And I've got a car up my chuff at 5:15 on a Sunday. Really, mate, you can't give somebody another fucking inch on the road at this hour on a Sunday, you Audi driving bellend. Just my opinion, not a generalisation. I did own a rather lovely Audi A6 once, and I think it confused the hell out of everybody, because I did actually use the turn signals and, you know, lane discipline and all that lot. Because that's what we do when we're out on the road on a test car. We are representing, motherfuckers. So we have to be seen to be doing it right. We can't afford to be doing it wrong. We're filmed all the time these days, which is, you know, doesn't bother me at all, because that camera is there to assist me, which is the way I look at it. In case there's any bother out on the road, I've got cameras to back it up. I've got a tracker to back it up, which knows where we are, how fast we're going, what we're eating, if we scratched a left nut or a right nut, and I've got nothing against them. The only people that moan about them is those that like to fuck about. Anyway, work bitch over. So, yes, going to work on Phyllis. I have got fuel in the cars, as I've mentioned. I just couldn't be arsed, and I wanted to get out on the bike. And it's lovely this time of the morning. Quite often in the early hours of the summer, there's some cyclists out there have got the same idea, see, quiet roads. In the summer, quite often I will go through Leicester. I will go, road closed ahead, it better not be the one I want, you bastards. You standing on your shovel doing nothing bastards. Right, well, that's not closed and that's not closed. Oh. Right, Mr. Uber driver just reversing out. Let's get round him. Right, stop there and just block in. Did you see the break in the filming there? It's because I mentioned a certain word. Yes, it begins with S and means cease. Anyway, right, as I was saying, yeah, quite often I'll go through like Leicester Town or Market Harbour or somewhere like that when it's light in the early hours, because you see the town for what it is. You actually see it when it's not thrumming with traffic and people and stuff like that, and it's quite pleasant because you see stuff you're normally not looking for because you're too busy keeping an eye on the traffic. Anyway, I've got a dilemma. Very shortly or soon I will be going up to Scotland with Mumsy Shed, getting the old girl out of the house for a few days because I don't think she's come out of winter mode yet. Her days seem to consist of sitting on the sofa, smoking and watching shit daytime TV. My uncle takes her out occasionally, but she's got, apart from going on the garden, she's just got, you know, she doesn't really drive these days, which is why I borrow the Micra sometimes, give it a run. So we're going up to Scotland, and I'd like your suggestions and comments down below. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Should I go in the Micra? Right, we're going right up above Oban, and I do go a nice way. I go the A46, A1, A68, Edinburgh Bypass, Stirling, you know, Calendar Doon, all that way, the good way. I will film part of it, but it is not, you know, primarily it's a holiday. I'm not there to make YouTube videos. You know, YouTube does not take precedent over life, mental health or anything like that. Although ironically, I did start this channel to aid with my mental health during the lockdowns. It was just something to do other than put yourself in front of Netflix in your pants. I couldn't be asked to change down a gear then, very lazy James. But so yeah, should I'm toying with the idea of taking the Micra, mainly because it's just lots of people slag Micras off because they drive a big car or they drive a proper car and all this, like, yeah, well, I do all that, you know, we drive Bentleys, Astons and all sorts at work, and some very nice other cars. I was out in an electric Nissan the other day, and a very, very, very nice car it is too, you know, but each to their own. So I'm thinking, when I drive the Micra, it's a lot like being back in your first car, because apart from electric windows, there's bugger all in it. You have to, this sounds odd, but you actually have to drive the thing. You know, you have to command it all the way. I mean, the Rover, you can basically go, take me home, and before you know it, you're back home again. I mean, I've been Scotland in the Rover a few times now. It has excelled every time. And of course, we used to go up in Slinkle Pink, but Slinky is still off the road, exhaust still not repaired. No rush to really, because there's a couple of little jobs I want to do on him anyway. You've got to sort of keep ahead of the bodywork on that year Mercedes around the early 2000s, because they were basically made of tin foil, straw and horse shit. So yeah, I mean, I could just go and throw it into an exhaust centre, get anally raped for the middle section of the exhaust, and then I'd have a working legal car again. It's still MOT'd, it just needs to be taxed. And I could do that, and I would like to go up again in Slinky at some point, because that was I sort of wanted that car to do the Scottish trips and have the roof down and just lose yourself in a million miles of sky and mountains. And the Rover does it very well, but it does also isolate you from a lot of things, which is what it's designed to do. But the Micra, the Micra's like having a metro again. And it's for the pace that we'll be going, because obviously Mumsy is riding shotgun, you know, we're not going to be going quick, to be fair, and certainly can't stop too sexy, and it's also wet. So I don't know, I'm toying with the idea of taking the Micra, so let's have your suggestions. Shall we take the Rover or shall we take the Micra? And pros and cons for each, please. Right, shall we cut down here by the station? Yes, I think we will. There's a man out for an early morning Sunday walk, and he looked like a paedophile on the prowl. What is it about kids? See all these paedophiles, they've all got like glasses and beards and stuff like that. I mean, what is it about glasses and beards that kids find so sexy? Bad joke, I know. But there you go. There's another one out for the thing is, early Sunday morning, is it the walk of shame? Could be. So yes, so I'm toying with the idea of taking the Micra and just having a bit of fun. The cons of taking the Micra: well, I find it comfortable. Some people say it's noisy. I don't think it is. The tyres, even though it has a very good tyres all round, I don't know what make she had fitted, because that's Mum's car, and they're not brilliant in the wet, to be quite honest. You know, the old front end can get a bit understeery in the wet, and you can actually feel the grip loss. It fucking wheel spins everywhere in the wet, every junction, all this lot. I think it has like a rudimentary ABS, but traction control is your right foot, and Slinky's just the same. Slinky will wheel spin everywhere, because the traction control on that is as basic can be. It only comes in after the wheel starts spinning rather a lot, which can make it fun sometimes, but it's bloody annoying other times. The Rover, right, pros: comfort, waftability, it's diesel. On a long run, 700 miles plus to a tank, obviously it's costing you more to fill that tank, but you are getting your money's worth. So I've got no idea what the range is in the Micra, because apart from a few trips to the East Coast, well, she's done a fair share of little trips out to the East Coast for day trips. Don't really know what the range is, to be honest, because it's not had, in our hands at least, a good solid long run. So I am tempted to take the Micra, but I'm 50-50 on it, and it's going to be one of these where I've got to look at both cars in the week, check oil, water, tyre pressures, etc. anyway, but I'm still 50-50 of what to take, and it will come down to probably the morning when we're going. I'll just go, fuck it, we'll take this one. Depends what mood I'm in as well. I mean, the good pros about the Rover are it's an automatic, it wafts very, very well, it does distance very, very well, but up there it can be, because it's a long car and a big car, it can be a bit ungainly through some of the smaller villages and stuff that we go through. So I don't know. I mean, the Micra, you can park it anywhere, you know, it just bimbles along at its own pace. So I don't know, I really don't know. It probably will be an on the day decision. Yes, and then a bit later on in the year I'm going Scotland with the Otter Pup family, with Mrs. Shed and the Otter Pups and Ernie Dog. That'll be fun. You've got no idea what the travel arrangements are on that. I know one vehicle that's going up, but we won't all fit in one vehicle, I can fucking guarantee it. Right, we'll leave the junction clear, because I don't want to be blocking that junction, I don't want to be blocking the slip road. And it turned out to be a non-event anyway, but there you go. So yes, that is my dilemma for this week. As dilemmas go, not a bad one to have, really. Either way, we're still going to get up there, so you know, I'm not really losing out either way. I will quite happily drive the Micra up there and potter about, and I'll equally quite happily drive the Rover. I do like driving the Rover these days, because you just don't see them about. They are out there, but you just don't see them. A lot of people now aren't using them as daily drivers, and the bodywork needs looking at, you know. Really? So you're just going to fucking pull straight out? Fucking knobhead. That's precisely why Phyllis requires sintered pads. I'm doing the speed limit. You're breaking the speed limit. Hung draw and quarter them, and you. Yes, I know what your game is, mate. That van's following me, so it's time to lose him. Now that's easily done, just nip down the streets. Right, I will be doing 30 miles an hour through the village eventually. There he is, just following me. Alright, we'll take a nip down here. Get far enough up so he can't see. There, he can't see. Although he will see my high vis when he gets past. Oh, I see, look, he turned in. That's interesting. Look at that, look. He turned in. Yeah, I know your fucking game. Through the village we go then. Wanker. Thought he was being clever. That wasn't a coincidence, I'll tell you that now. He spotted me at the long shoot and he was pointing at the bike, talking about the bike, and funny enough he's followed me. So we're now going around the village. Let's see if he can keep up in his fucking transit. That's not coincidence that he took the same turn as me, and then all of a sudden he saw me and did the 3-point turn. Yes, that's not at all suspect. Here we go, all clear. Fucking hell, busy down here. Down Benefit Street. I remember when there was one car. Look at the fucking state of you fucking benefit scrounging cunt. Now I'm only saying that there are a lot of people genuinely on benefits for disability, but half the people in that street are, let's say, fucking sires of bone idle bastards, and they're the third or fourth generation that's never fucking worked in their life. Hence Benefit Street. I can remember when there's one car in that street and there was only a car there because the guy worked at Jag and had to get to Jag. Well folks, I've deliberately stopped the video there. That example of being followed home happens gracefully, not all that often. But recently, with my running, with me bods on the scooters and all this lot, I don't take any chances. I'm quite alert for people following me on a bike, and this is precisely why I won't have anything bike related on a car, because usually when you're coming home in your car you're relaxed, the radio's on, the heater's going or the aircon's going, and you're sort of on autopilot, you sort of switch off a bit. Even the most alert drivers do that. So that is why I won't have Think bike or anything like that stuck to the back of the car. Because if I was a thief, chances are, if I see a car with a Think bike sticker on it, there's a good chance that there's going to be a motorcycle where it's parked. So, oh no, my GoPro mount's coming off. My helmet, I'll have to re-glue it. Anyway, so I'm ending the video there. It's Sunday. I'm probably going to fit Phyllis's brake pads now because I've been to work, but I could do that. It's a 10-minute job. Or I might do it another day. I bought some sintered pads for Phyllis because air brakes have never been that good, to be honest. So they will improve. So I'm going to leave this video here, or there, or there. Anyway, bye.